Welcome to Bolt Action CP. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison between scales, in this case 148 to 156 scale. Seems to be an endless amount of debate on Facebook or on the forums about what scale is right for bolt action. So I personally use 148 scale. It's kind of what I started with, and I've stuck with it because I can get the models pretty cheap on Amazon. Tamiya models, what I use. Also some Hobby Boss. But I do happen to have a couple of 156 scale models on hand. Briefly, that's why I wanted to do this, for painting them up for a friend. So before I return them to him, I wanted to go over this. So start over here with the small transports. So on the far left is a 156 scale Kuba wagon, and on the right is a 148 scale Kuba wagon. So you can see the guys standing next to it. Personally, I think the 156 scale looks pretty small. Like, that guy would never fit in that seat. On the other hand, the 148 scale, I think it looks right. And these are both 148 scale. The Jeep also looks perfect size for the guy. And that driver is a Warlord driver, actually, from the site. His legs are cut off to make him fit, but that's how he came, because he was designed to fit into the 156 scale Jeep. But he looks perfect for the 148. So over here we got some bigger transports. I don't have any 156 trucks, but the guy looks pretty good size for the truck, I think, and the heavy field car. Okay, here we do have a 156 scale Warlord Hanamag on the left and a 148 on the right. So as you can see, there's what it looks like, the guys next to it, and I think even at this size of vehicle, the 148 looks good. I do think as the vehicles get bigger, they start to look a little big, especially as we get to the end of the line here. The American half-track there is a 150 scale Corgi half-track, and actually that probably would be the ideal scale for this game, but it's hard to find vehicles in that scale. Next here we got two Shermans. On the left is the 156 scale Sherman from Conflict 47, and then next to it is the 148 Tamiya. And I think starting at this point, it still looks okay in 148. You can see the guy's pretty, it looks pretty big. The tracks come up, to his head, which is not as big as the tracks were in real life. But at the same time, I mean, there's no way that guy would be able to fit inside those hatches. This guy looks like he would actually fit inside of that tank. I think it's more of a question of height than anything. I think the 148s are maybe a little tall. As I said, the tracks are basically to the guy's head, and I think they would have been more probably to his waist, maybe, depending on how tall he was. So over here we got the German vehicles. These are all 148 scale. I'll start over here. We got the Hetzer and the Wasp. These are Panzer 38T and a Panzer II chassis. So they look really good, I think, scale-wise to the guy. And the Wirbelwind, that's a Panzer IV chassis. I think that looks pretty good, but then the problem starts when we get over here to the Panther and the Tiger. I think that they just look gigantic. I mean, look at the guy. The tracks are all the way up to his head, almost as tall as he is, and there's no way the tank would have been that big. So basically, the smaller the model, the better the 148 looks, I think. So small models, half tracks, medium-sized tanks all look really good. But you start getting bigger. I don't have a King Tiger, but I can imagine that would be just even more gigantic. So there we have it. That's the comparison between 148 and 156. Hopefully this might help somebody decide what scale to go with when they're starting an army or starting out new in the game. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.